Welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we are completely unlocking the power of the graphic display calculator, specifically for your Cambridge IGCSE math coursework. Now, if you've ever just stared at this device and felt totally overwhelmed by the absolute sea of buttons and menus, don't worry. Honestly, you're in exactly the right place. We're going to break down why this isn't just your standard calculator, but an absolute game changer for your mathematical understanding.
So take a look at this pine cone. Beautiful, right? But you might be wondering, why on earth are we starting a math explainer with a picture of nature? Well, it's because nature is literally a master of complex geometry. Those spiraling patterns you see, they aren't random at all. They're deeply, beautifully mathematical. And to decode real-world data like this, pencil and paper just won't always cut it. We actually need powerful tools.
So, here is our roadmap for today. Just a quick look at what we'll cover. Number 1, math in nature and machines. 2, history of the calculator. 3, the graphic display calculator itself. 4, plotting graphs. 5, tables of values. And finally, number 6, organizing data with lists. Let's jump in.
Section 1. Math in Nature and Machines. Decoding the world around us. We'll start by connecting the natural complexity of the world to the actual machines we build to understand it.
Moving right along to Section 2, History of the Calculator, the evolution of mathematical tools. It's fascinating to see how this builds up from the very first tools we used right up into the digital age. When you study this guide, I want you to kind of think of your progress in phases. You're starting with the foundational history, seeing how we evolved from just sliding beads on an abacus or cranking those clunky mechanical adding machines all the way to electronic marvels. And from there, your coursework rapidly advances you to its most modern capabilities. You're basically stepping right out of the Stone Age and into modern mathematical analyses.
Now, what's really interesting here is the massive leap in capability. I mean, we all know the standard basic scientific calculator, right? It's great for arithmetic, maybe some trigonometry, getting a single numerical answer. But a graphic display calculator, it literally visualizes entire mathematical relationships. Instead of just handing you an isolated number, it gives you the whole picture, showing exactly how those variables interact in real time. It's a total paradigm shift.
Section 3. The Graphic Display Calculator, your ultimate IGCSE companion. Let's focus entirely on the star of the show.
So, the crucial point here is that this isn't just some intimidating, futuristic gadget. Even if it does look a little bit like a spaceship control panel, it's a highly accessible, handheld powerhouse. It plots graphs, makes tables of values, handles massive lists of data. Fun fact, it actually has way more processing power than the computers that sent the very first astronauts into space. But its main job? It's designed specifically to do the heavy lifting on basic calculations, meaning your brain is completely freed up to focus on high-level IGCSE problem solving.
Section 4. Plotting graphs. Visualizing mathematical functions. Let's look at the first major capability of this device.
This is honestly the coolest part, because it brilliantly illustrates how abstract equations are instantly transformed into visible patterns right on your screen. The logic is actually super simple. First, you just input your mathematical function. Say a complex quadratic equation from your textbook, like y equals x squared minus 4x plus 3. Second, you set the visual axes. That's just your x and y ranges, basically making sure you're looking at the right window of the graph. And third, you plot it. Just like that, a jumble of algebra becomes a smooth, tangible parabola that you can actually analyze, trace, and truly understand. How cool is that?
Section 5. Tables of Values, Systematic Data Organization. This is where we break down the numbers step by step.
Okay, think about how agonizingly long it used to take to manually calculate every single output just to draw a simple line graph, right? By automatically generating a table of values like this, your calculator is basically handing you free exam time. It organizes inputs and outputs instantly. If you need to know exactly what y is when x is 2.5, well, you don't have to squint at a curve and just guess. The table provides the exact coordinate instantly. It perfectly bridges that gap between pure algebra and graphing.
And finally, Section 6. Organizing data with lists. Managing discrete points. Let's look at this last core feature. If you're doing any kind of statistics in your 0580 coursework, this is about to become your absolute best friend. Using lists takes the chaos of raw data and just perfectly organizes it. You can input massive statistical sets without writing them out over and over. You can sort them chronologically or numerically with literally a single press of a button. And the absolute best part, you can feed this list data directly into larger functions to instantly generate scatterplots or histograms. It makes it incredibly easy to track, edit, and analyze multiple values at once. Honestly, you'll never lose your place in a sea of numbers again.
So as we wrap up this explainer, I really want you to think about how shifting your perspective on this device will completely transform your approach to mathematics. I mean, we've gone from the natural spirals of a pine cone to the digital screen right in the palm of your hand. We've moved from basic arithmetic to dynamic graphs and perfectly organized lists. It's really not just about finding the quote-unquote right answer anymore. It's about seeing how the math actually works beneath the surface. So my question to you is, how will you use the visual power of these tools to conquer your next 0580 exam challenge? The tools are right there, waiting for you. Go out there and keep exploring those patterns.